2GR.
Hey everybody, welcome to our Nintendo E3 2018 preview. I'm Sean, this is Rudy, that's Matt, that's Onyx. And today we're going to discuss 9 games that may or may not be showing up at the Nintendo Direct for E3. Some of these games have already been announced. Some of these games are unannounced. Some of these games...
Pure dream.
Well...
Are there any?
Face it. I'm pretty sure at some point all of these games are coming out. It may be a dream for this year.
Not known for being unpredictable.
Yeah,
that's very true.
Let's kick things off with what's probably going to be the biggest showcase of the Direct: Super Smash Bros.
Doy.
Yeah.
Duh.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
My only concern with Smash is that if it's a just like an enhanced port of Smash 4, I'll still take it. I hope they improve upon it by doing some character swaps and maybe some balance issues that the game currently has. Besides that, though, whether it's a port, whether it's a new game based on Force Engine with new characters, I don't care. It's Smash on the go, good graphics, good gameplay. Let's go.
As long as there's a whole unlockable system.
There will be.
Good.
I barely played Smash 4, so I'd be okay with it, but you know they're going to do more than that. So.
Yeah.
I certainly hope so.
They're going to give it more love.
I hope so.
I mean, they've got Breath of the Wild Link in it.
Yeah, and I mean, and that could only be a skin.
Inklings.
Which
Inklings.
Is
like, yeah, dude.
and I totally
so
goofed
cool.
it up. It's Squidlings, and I'm over here like, Inklings. No, wait, is it Inklings or Squidlings? I don't even know anymore.
You're the one who played the game!
Octolings.
Pretty sure it's
There's going to be a Breath
it's-
of the Wild
it's
level.
Inkling
in
Boy,
Smash
Inkling
Bros.
Girl.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, with maybe
Cass.
like the...
Cass is going to be in this game.
That's so cool.
With an accordion.
How do you... That'd be awesome, though.
He's going to be in
Falcon
this game.
skin.
That would be awesome.
Maybe he's an assist trophy. Do they still have those in
They
this
do.
game?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They made a bunch
Cass
of those.
is an assist trophy.
Honestly, the champions could be assists, too.
He'll lull people to sleep.
Or that could be his ultimate, his Final Smash. It could be like all the champions come on and help him.
Oh, my goodness.
Monster Hunter Monsters, his characters, and
If
Smash.
they bring in the Monster Hunter to be a frigging... Oh my god! And Rayman, he has to be here.
Didn't they do that in Street Fighter already or something? I don't know.
Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite had
that's
the Monster
who did
Hunter.
it. I was gonna
But
say.
His
Rayman...
taunt would be the...
Oh my god!
Kill somebody and just sit down and cook.
Dude, but like, Rayman could genuinely be here because, hello, Mario and Rabbids.
Yeah.
But anyway, not Dream Roster.
Or what if it's the Rabbids? The Mario Rabbids.
I could be a little upset, but maybe, I don't know. I want Rayman.
I mean, it's automatic hype. It's,
Absolutely.
It's
Totally.
Smash.
Yeah.
It's
Totally.
There's
one of
going
the
to be a
greatest
Mario and
games of all
Rabbids world in this.
There has to be, yeah. Splatoon as well. Like, obviously, we got that coming in, so the Splatoon world would be awesome, too. I don't know.
Show it.
Yeah. Oh, that's their main game.
Yeah.
They've already announced it. They said literally that's the main game in this
Big
E3.
Kuna.
So not really a lot to talk about because we haven't really seen anything beyond the launch
Just a
trailer.
teaser.
Yeah.
But it's Smash Bros. I mean, it's going to be hype.
It's gonna be
Yeah,
super hype.
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
You know who's in Smash Bros. That's getting his own game?
Yeah.
Yoshi.
Didn't
Yeah.
you just get the... What was up with the yarn?
Yoshi's
the Yoshi
Woolly World on
yarn,
3DS.
Yeah.
And
was
Wii U.
that any...
Wii U
And Wii U, it
original.
was
Okay.
a dual thing. No, I guess they were doing that.
The
all
3DS version
much
came out
stuff.
like 6 months to a year later.
It's gonna be 3D. What's the
It's a
deal?
2D platform. If it's like
Yeah.
Woolly World, it'll be a 2D platformer.
Yeah.
Or like 2.5D because you can go in the foreground and background and stuff.
Yeah.
Woolly World was actually a really good game that was actually difficult. It had a lot of challenge to it.
This does not look difficult. At least not from what they've shown.
Neither did Woolly World when it was first unveiled.
They
Fair
did
enough.
DK
Yeah.
when they first came out.
Yeah, and these games all of a sudden like, oh my god, they're
Dude.
challenging. What the heck?
My initial impression was, and I don't mean this negatively,
Yeah, of course.
it looked like a game for young children.
Yeah.
And that's what they are. Nintendo does cater to
Yeah.
children, but does it have the appeal with the end game stuff? I hope so. I want the game. I like my Yoshi platformers. I like Yoshi. He's a
Yeah.
dinosaur.
You are such a big boy.
I mean, look at my shirt.
I'm excited, man.
Wow.
I'm stoked.
So we're hyped?
I'm
Hyped
hyped.
for Yoshi?
I mean-
I'm not.
I don't really care. Yeah, I would prefer.
It's expected.
There's so many other
Get it.
things in Mario that I prefer. I'd prefer to see Yoshi as a part of like another big Mario release. I would prefer to see. I mean, I still have the Super Mario Galaxy 3 dream, so. But that'll never happen.
Well, with Odyssey, I think if
Yeah,
anything,
well-
we'd see an expansion to Odyssey at E3.
Eh.
I can see like a major, like, hey, $20, here's a season pass. here's a Galaxy
Yeah.
3 world or a
Yeah.
Galaxy Inspired world.
Yeah.
I can see that
I
happening.
mean,
Yeah.
and you got Yoshi that was in the Mario games, and so
Okay.
you know we had
Say.
to. We're big boys. We're allowed to play the big boy Yoshi game. Well, let's talk about the real big boy game.
Oh my god.
Took me a while to get you
That's
out of
a
that.
good one. That's a good
Bayonetta 3.
Yeah, this to me, I think have you played Bayonetta? Have any of us here besides me?
I have, yeah.
I think I played it once on PS3 when I went to your place
Like a while ago, right?
a long time
I
ago.
haven't, I
and
haven't
like
finished either of them.
I definitely want to get that on the Switch before I go to
Oh
Europe.
yeah, me too.
Those games,
Faux show.
man, awesome. And they've improved in so many ways. This is the character action game that I love to play, and they're so replayable. Like, awesome games. And for Bayonetta 3, for Nintendo to fund it again, even though Bayonetta 2 did not sell well
Well, that's
at
because of the
all,
Wii U.
and then all of a sudden Bayo 3, like, it just blows my
It's
mind.
weirdly
that Nintendo
called
wants this.
classic-y compared to
yeah.
something like Devil May Cry, considering that it's so closely tied to that. And
It's the
it's
same
odd-
creator, Kami.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so odd, though, that, like, I don't know what it is. It just, like, theme-wise or visually, it just doesn't seem to, like, the people who love it, but it just doesn't do as well as, I don't mean,
It's because of the type of game it is, and Devil May Cry has the long-standing history.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, I think I'd be more excited for
A Devil May Cry.
another Devil May Cry, but I mean, I'd like to see a Bayonetta.
Did you play the
3.
last one, DMC?
DMC didn't beat it, but I did play
Oh, I
it.
beat
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It was solid.
It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't. Wow, it's better than 4, if you ask me.
You know what was else?
Let's not get into that.
You know what else was better than 4?
No, let's not get
You had
into
to
that.
replay bosses 3 times in 4.
Let's not get into
Speaking
that.
of replaying bosses, so this next game is there's a big rumor that's been going around on Reset Era
Huge.
and elsewhere on the internet
Huge.
that Retro Studios
The guys that made Metroid Prime and Donkey Kong
are
Country
working on a
Returns.
Star Fox game that is akin to Diddy Kong Racing. So like a Star Fox Grand Prix, if you will.
right.
So off the wall.
Wow.
Super out of nowhere, but honestly, Retro's pedigree is one of the greatest of all time in Metroid Prime. To two amazing platformers, and now to tackle racers. I say go for it. I say, hey, if you, my vision of this game is literally, you get in your R-wing, you start flying, and you're racing in space, and all these friggin' like enemy ships want to destroy you. You're shooting them off while trying to keep the race, asteroids. I mean, all this stuff happening, like a really dynamic race. That to me is like, oh my god, the dream. I want this, you know?
Crash
So-
Team Racing for life. CTR for life.
Oh my god.
No, I mean, if it's Diddy Kong-esque, like if it's Diddy Kong Racing, like, I mean, that was
That was great.
that's a really good game.
Yeah, and they did say it has an adventure mode too.
Yeah,
That's more of the
so
rumor.
yeah, I mean, I would like to see Star Fox get some love.
It needs
I
some
don't
love.
feel like. I mean, the last thing I played was the most recent 3DS one.
The remake of 64.
Which, yeah, I mean, you go through it so quickly,
Yeah,
and it just, it's.
But those games are all about replayability. You literally do one route, then go back and
Yeah,
do it again.
I don't know. It needs the kind of love that Breath of the Wild got, in my opinion. Like Zelda was in kind of a rough place. Not a lot of people were very happy with the
Skyward
latest,
Sword.
and Skyward Sword wasn't great. And while everyone liked Twilight Princess, it was basically just a reskin of Ocarina in a lot of ways.
I just feel like if they were gonna do a Breath of the Wild for Star Fox,
This wouldn't be
It
it.
wouldn't be a
racing
racing
game
game.
is
No, no,
So-
no, not
they
at
would
all.
need to take Star Fox and make it like Mass Effect.
Yeah.
See, but they did Star Fox Adventures with that idea of taking your character and going on these long adventures. And granted, yeah, with dinosaurs, but I don't know. I don't think Star Fox can be that kind of game.
I just
know?
don't think I'm very hyped for it. It's
Yeah.
hard for me to get hyped
I've never
for it.
cared for the
a kart
franchise,
racer
personally.
anyway. So.
Star Fox isn't it like the least popular franchise anyway for Nintendo? I think it's that and Earthbound.
Oh, classic.
And by
which is-
least popular, I mean like bad. I mean, it's just
no,
like more.
Earthbound's fantastic.
I think Nintendogs is like at the bottom.
Well, I mean,
Not
Anyway.
according to IGN.
I'm hyped for it simply because I want to see what Retro can do. If they can take this crazy idea and make like an epic racing game, I want it.
What do you think, Rudy?
Well, like, when I had my SNES hooked up and like Blockbuster was a thing, I rented Star Fox multiple times.
Dang, yeah.
Multiple times. I love Star Fox. That being said, I skipped the 64 era.
Oh my god,
So,
you
like,
haven't played the best one.
Yeah, no, exactly. So that's why, quick side note, that rumor of the N64 Classic Edition or whatever coming out, if that comes out, I'm getting it. One reason is because of that.
Yeah, Star Fox
You and literally everybody else.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
and not very enough time.
Oh, well, then I have...
Well, no. I'm saying that's the console. But
Oh, yeah.
That's the classic that would just destroy the records of the first.
You think so? You think 64 would be more popular than
64?
Nintendo, Super Nintendo?
Speaking
Nintendo.
of classics that we destroy.
But let me just finish. That being said, I never played Diddy Kong. I have seen videos online of people playing it and doing like actual analysis of like what went wrong with it, what it did well, and if what it did well is going to be done in this, I'm hyped. I think it's going to be really, really good.
I think I wouldn't be hyped. I really don't want to see Star Fox as a racer. But that's because there's another racer on this list
That you really
I
wanna
would
see.
be hyped for.
Yeah.
F-Zero. It's been a long time. When was the last F-Zero?
GameCube.
GameCube?
GX, and that was actually made with
Very
Sega.
long time.
Sega helped develop that game, and that thing was insane.
F-Zero 64 was freaking amazing.
Was that X, or was it just literally 64?
Oh, maybe it was F-Zero X. You're probably right.
I forget. But I know what you mean. F-Zero
Yeah,
on 64.
it was just
Yeah.
total, like, hype thrusters. Whoa,
Dude,
what am I playing?
The GameCube version was even more, like, crazier than that one. That game was crazy difficult, too. So, yeah, I would be hyped for an F-Zero.
People know about F-Zero. I mean, Captain Falcon's
Falcon.
been a huge part of... He's been in Smash since the
The
beginning.
first one. Falcon
So,
Punch.
you know, why haven't we had an F-Zero? Now that Mario Kart's come and gone,
Yeah.
you know, what
Yeah,
happens
the
with
racer.
Star Fox, okay. But if I think Star Fox and F-Zero actually, if Star Fox is a racer, I think they're different kinds. I think Star
Oh, yeah.
Fox would be something a little different.
Oh, yeah,
So they could exist in the same space.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'd be hyped for F-Zero. I think if they can, make it with modern gaming techniques in mind.
God bless you, my son.
And,
Whose
and
authority?
oh my gosh. And, not like the GameCube game, again, was really difficult. So they can tone that down and make it a little more, like, accessible. And, yeah, I'd be down for it.
I don't care if it's hard, as long as it's fun.
That's
play
true.
it.
That's true. Yeah.
Like, dude,
I need more Switch games, so...
I feel like the music would be freaking amazing. Like, I can already picture the soundtrack in my head.
it'd be nuts.
It would be wonderful.
God, your segues
Speaking
right
of
now are
wonderful.
killing me.
Onyx, you can start this one off. Wonderful 101. What's this game about? What is this? Why is this on our list?
So this is a dream game because the first game sold so poorly. Poor Platinum Kamiya. But it's a Platinum Games game. It's an action game where you are the 101st person. The other 100 are heroes that you play. You gather them up. You're like a bunch of characters, and you can form different shapes, swords, whips, weapons. You beat up people and stuff. It was actually a really novel idea. You use the controller, and you literally use the right stick to, like, say, draw the whip. So you gather them, you hold the right stick and do the motion, and then bam, a whip forms. And then it has different moves, different combos, etc., etc. So it's an action game that was very different from what Platinum had done before. Realistically, probably not going to get a sequel. A remaster, a port to the Switch, maybe. And that's the dream. That game deserves the love.
Will it work with the Joy-Cons? Do you think?
Oh yeah, it was on the Wii U and a tablet controller.
Okay.
So it didn't even have any motion controls or anything.
Okay.
It was just you could use the tablet to draw on it, but
I see.
you didn't need to. Yeah. So hopefully, I'm hoping for it. I'd be hyped if I saw that.
I'd be hyped. I mean, when we saw what year was it?
2013.
2013 Nintendo. I mean, dude, I saw
That's
that. I was
right. Oh, I forgot that.
Like, what the heck? Like, what is this?
It's crazy. It
Like,
was such a unique concept.
Yeah. Dang it. Why was the Wii U so bad?
Blame Nintendo's marketing. And
Like-
honestly, Wonderful 101 had one of the best final bosses in the last gen. Period. Like that thing was so epic. But I don't want to talk about it because spoilers.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. So if it comes over as like a remaster or whatever,
Hopefully, it crosses over.
Mario Kart 8
To the Switch.
Oh yeah. No.
What have I started?
They're not dad enough to make.
Oh my god.
Well, let's move on then. Animal Crossing. This is hype.
Dude,
This is a
ridiculous.
This is a
hype.
no-brainer.
You know what's
yeah.
funny about Animal Crossing? I've never actually played one for more than a few hours.
Are you
okay.
serious?
I played the one on the GameCube for a bit, and then my brother took over, and I was like, "How'd you play it?" Never played the one on the DS, and then
New
tried
Leaf.
the
You
one.
never
on
played
the-
New Leaf?
Never played New Leaf.
Wow.
So I have very little attachment to Animal Crossing. I'm
Okay.
hyped for everyone, but I might get it if you guys
The
get it.
Nintendo
I
Land
will
game
get
was
it.
fantastic.
Oh yes, yeah.
The Nintendo Land Animal Crossing
Hold
game.
on a second. Why have we never talked about Nintendo Land?
Because
Moving
we're a
on.
bunch of
So
scrubs.
about Animal Crossing.
Oh my god, Nintendo.
Nintendo Land is great. You shut up.
They hated it.
Mario
Okay,
Chase,
we're moving on.
Is there
Anyway.
Animal Crossing in Nintendo Land?
Yeah, it's a little mini game.
It's one of
a
the
little
mini games.
Okay,
It's
that's
so good.
Well, that's
But
fair
it's
game.
not. It's not like Animal
It's like
Crossing.
a gather.
though.
It's like a
Yeah.
gather game, but you're like people are getting chased by someone who can then knock out the gather points, and whoever
Yeah.
reaches like a certain limit. It's really good. Anyway, yes, Animal Crossing, absolutely.
I would
hype.
get it because all you guys would get it. Absolutely.
It's one of those games that like, there's a couple games that try to do this, right? What's the one that's so popular on
Sims?
Steam right now? It's
Oh,
it's like a farming
Stardew Valley.
Stardew
Stardew Valley. Was it
Valley,
Harvest
which is
Moon?
very much like a Harvest Moon. Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's in that genre, right? Where it's the perpetual game. It never stops. It just keeps playing forever, and
Right.
you can just pick it up whenever you want to. And
Right.
if you're off of it for a year and you come back, like you can still keep
Where you
doing
been,
it.
guys?
The
Yeah.
weeds.
Yeah. So I mean, I think in that sense,
The
it's
town
a game.
is on fire. Where have you been?
The mayor's,
the
the mayor's
mayor's
like, you
back."
haven't paid your rent in 2 years. But I mean, it's. I think anyone can enjoy Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
And New Leaf was fantastic, and I mean, Switch is just the
Perfect
most
for that,
perfect
yeah.
platform.
For it.
I think we've expected since the beginning that would be one of the absolutely huge Switch announcements when it did come. Not an if it came, but when.
when.
Yeah.
I feel like Animal Crossing has lost a little bit of its luster since the first one, in the sense that when Animal Crossing came out, social media was just taking off. It hadn't really penetrated the masses yet. And Animal Crossing, that first game, felt like a single-player, offline social media game.
Yeah.
Because you had different people that you would talk to and do things with, and you were progressing things. There was just this feeling to it. And then once they introduced the online capabilities, and everybody talks on Facebook, so it just felt, it didn't feel like it had the same impact. But with the Switch version, I think they could try and bring some of that back.
Yeah.
Especially if it's no longer you're in your world and you can visit someone else's world, but legit you could have like 6 people running around in the same
That would be cool.
world,
It
that,
could.
and you're all working towards common goals.
It could.
Or maybe you could have your own town and then have like a common world that you would share with
It
your
could
friends.
borrow from Minecraft.
Oh, that's exactly what I was thinking, man.
I mean, and I'm not even. I was never a big Minecraft guy, but I absolutely know the appeal. I understand, and I would love to see that come to a game like Animal Crossing. I think it's got room for it. I think it's where it needs to go if it wants to be up to date. Whether it's Minecraft or Terraria or any of these games that have begun to create that kind of space with all that Nintendo charm, with all that beautiful music, with the
The
seasons.
Nintendo polish.
I mean, yeah,
I'd be hyped.
Yeah.
Totally. Totally.
Speaking of hype.
Oh my god. The internet's going bananas waiting for an announcement for this. Pokemon.
Gotta catch 'em all, baby.
So
It's
there's
nuts.
a rumor. There's all sorts of rumors.
Well, the trademarks are pretty legit.
Well, so it's Let's Go
Eevee,
Eevee
and Let's Go Pikachu.
Pikachu.
Those have been trademarked by Nintendo.
Those are official trademarks, ladies and gentlemen.
And people think it's a Gen 1 yellow version remake.
or
Or
a sequel.
to
Red and Blue and Yellow.
that I would take too. I hadn't heard that one yet.
I know
see it.
people threw out remake. I don't think they would do a remake like that. I think it would be a straight up sequel. Because, for example, so coming off of Sun and Moon, they talk a lot about Kanto.
That's right.
You guys, I don't think any of you guys beat it, but at the end of the game, there are characters that depart for Kanto. There was a lot. I felt playing that game that there was a they were hinting like
They wanted to go back
there's
to
something
Kanto.
going on here, and I thought that at the end of the game they were going to pull a silver and gold, and Kanto was going to be playable as endgame.
Yeah.
That was not true. That didn't actually happen. I thought that Kanto was going to be coming back. It looks like it's coming back. If they did a remake, that's possible. I feel like they would try to progress the story still, and it would be a part 2.
Well, I'll tell you what. Would you be hyped if it was a remake
Yes.
of Yellow, with
Yes.
of course all the new added, mechanics and stuff? Would that hype you more than a sequel, or would the sequel hype you more?
The sequel would hype me more for the unknown.
What about just a Gen, I guess 8? Because Sun was 7, right? Sun and Moon. That
Yeah.
was Gen 7.
Yep.
So what about a new gen?
Well, this would be the new gen.
Yeah.
Would it?
Yeah, they're gonna bring all the Alolan stuff. Well, based on
Worse.
Well, no,
Well,
that's not
okay.
true though. They only start new gens when it's like a whole new region. They don't consider old.
Hey, they're bucking trends.
That's true.
I mean, they need to buck a lot of trends because I gotta say, I'm probably the only person at this
Yeah.
table that's gonna express Pokemon fatigue. Like,
I get it. No,
over
I get it. Trust me.
I get that because I left Black and White 1 and 2. I didn't play it at all.
I'm
Those were
just
so good.
Yeah, I've
I
heard those were
know,
actually
but like
really solid.
See,
after,
but I hear what
after Crystal, Gold, and Silver, like I was like, all right,
Did you drop off after Gen 2?
yeah.
Because I did too. I didn't play Gen 3, 4, or 5. I got back on the
Oh my
bus
god.
I got
on X and Y.
X and Y
Gen
was where I
6.
got back in.
Diamond and Pearl was big for me. X and Y, Alpha Sapphire, Omega Ruby. Like,
I didn't play those either.
I just
I
like.
got the remakes that came out on 3DS.
I'm just of the opinion that because it has such an interesting baseline gameplay and something that's so infinitely enjoyable at a base level, and that it caters to hardcore players in a really interesting way,
Oh,
like
yeah.
completionists and people that want to do the IVs and like the breeding and the
EVs
competitive
and all
stuff, or
that, yeah.
EVs or whatever the hell. See, I don't even know.
They had it right.
No,
It's
yeah.
I
There's two of them.
think I need a Pokemon Switch game to not be a slight upgrade. I think they've done a great job with the 3DS versions. I think they've added a lot of things that needed to be added, and I still think that game's archaic in ways that it shouldn't be. It could be so much more. And I'm not criticizing because I know that you, of all people, who's a huge Pokemon fan, has a vision of like the Pokemon MMO. Now we're probably never gonna get that, right?
No.
But there are things
Never
that
say
would
never.
be in
yeah,
that
I was
game
gonna say never say never when it comes to that.
that should exist in a Pokemon game, especially on a piece of hardware as powerful as the Switch. And if I don't get that, I don't want to be hyped for it. I think we need to demand more of that franchise than what it has been in the past. Not to say that it's been bad,
Right.
No.
but it is skated by on familiarity for a very long time.
That and technical limitations.
Yeah.
But that's because they always wanted to do the handheld stuff.
Well, yeah.
And also, by the way, part of that rumor was that the team was heavily inspired by Pokemon Go.
Yes.
Take that as you will. I hope that it's a better thing rather than
I
a
don't
negative
want to
thing.
walk outside with my Switch.
I don't either. So I really hope that they're heavily inspired.
If it was 3DS, I'd get it because you have the cameras already built in. You have everything that you could do AR.
That's
quote
true.
unquote.
That's true, you
With
could
the
do
Switch,
AR.
you can't do that. What are they gonna do? Sell
Take
you
your
like?
peripheral, dude.
Oh my god! Shut up.
With the Pokemon camera.
Your Pokemon Connect. No.
Or what if it connects with Pokemon Go?
That could also be a thing.
I could
don't know.
I could easily see them doing that.
I wouldn't want that.
I'm just not like right now. There's too much mystery surrounding it and not enough.
Oh my
certainty
God,
that it's gonna
tons
be
of
great.
hype building
I'm
up.
Oh
just-
yeah, they need to release the hype.
Yeah.
They need.
They need-
Supposedly,
Poke a hole in it.
we were gonna find out news of
Pokehole,
it.
that was no
God.
pun intended.
Pokehole.
Supposedly, we were gonna have news of it at the end of May or by May, but we're almost there and nothing there.
By the time you've seen this video, it's very possible that there's been a huge Pokemon extravaganza.
And we
That's
died
true.
Probably.
of hype and excitement.
Speaking of dying of hype and excitement,
That was,
Perfect.
our final game on this list. Whoa! Metroid Prime 4.
I mean, what we just said, Nintendo basically won that E3 with a title.
with a
With a
title. That was beautiful.
Jinx, you owe me a soda.
So, I mean,
Didn't knock on.
what do you even need to say? Like, it's
This-
been too long.
It's been too long,
time.
dude. God, it's been 10 years.
It
Over
dude,
10
It
years.
skipped an entire generation.
Yeah, because Prime 3 was on the Wii and so was Other M.
And Wii was like that was like early in the
That was
Wii life
07,
cycle.
dude.
So since we're talking about predecessors, before we really go into Prime 4, what if they show up here with a Prime Trilogy remaster collection?
Oh
on
my
Switch?
God.
Yeah,
I'll buy it.
100%.
Absolutely.
Buy it. Boom.
Heartbeat.
But I want it to be remastered, and the only reason I say that is because they released a
to be.
trilogy
It
on
has
the
to be.
Wii U. They
Yeah.
released a trilogy, the Wii version, on the Wii U.
It has to be remastered.
And it was just a Wii port, but you still could play with
Motion controls.
Correct. So I bought that.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I'm like, holy crap, motion controls really enhanced this game. One of the few titles where I will ever say that.
Yeah.
But it worked. Like Metroid Prime genuinely was a better game with the motion controls. And now with the Switch being more accurate, like, please, Nintendo, please
Well,
release.
they gotta give people a chance to catch up because this is gonna. If it's 4, it's
Yeah.
continuing the story.
Well, it definitely is.
and there's people that didn't play
1 through 3.
1, 2, or 3.
Correct. Whole new generation of gamers
Yeah,
nowadays.
exactly.
So I agree with that. And in regards to 4, because it's not retro, we already know it's
Yeah.
Nintendo handling it.
Didn't they say Bandai Namco, was it?
I don't
Who
know.
was it?
Maybe they are helping.
They said something.
Bandai Namco helped them with Smash 4. I don't know if they're also helping with Metroid Prime. But
I think there was a rumor.
There was a
remember that.
rumor.
I think you're
that-
right, though. I think you're right. I do remember that, actually.
I could have sworn I saw that.
Either way,
I don't know.
whoever's developing it, I hope they learned from the last games. Metroid Prime 3 at a point did feel like a lull. Like they had kind of hit a point where they were safe with the formula.
Oh yeah.
So they do have to shake things up. Other M tried to, but Team Ninja went a little too far with Other M, and the story was terrible. But part of the gameplay was really well done. So if they can somehow learn from those and kind of do a really good mix of those two games, we could actually have like a genuine game of the year, possibly even, maybe not as good as Metroid Prime, but damn near close.
This would be one of the greatest sequels of all time, only because it would be the sequel to Metroid Prime Federation Force. Or whatever that game's
I
called.
wasn't
And that
gonna
was
bring it
canon.
up.
And that was
I
canon.
That
was
is
not-
canon.
I was
This
not
is
gonna
a
bring it
sequel
up.
to that game.
Oh, yeah.
I was
It
not going to
wasn't.
bring it up.
Was it officially titled Metroid Prime Federation Force or just Metroid Federation Force?
I don't remember. I didn't play it.
I think it was a Metroid Prime game, and people were so upset. But anyway, yeah, no. Yeah.
That's why this was a big deal. It was
Yeah.
like the Final Fantasy VII remake that turned out to be a
Yeah.
remaster on
Yeah.
PS4,
That's
and then they
right.
announced the remake.
That's
it was
right,
the
that's
same
right.
thing.
So let's see. I mean, I'm hyped for it.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Oh
hyped
I think
yeah.
we're all, yeah.
Nintendo, do a good job, man. Come
Yeah.
on.
So
For a favor.
So Nintendo usually doesn't have too much third-party stuff at their conference. There will be a little bit. There'll be a little, we didn't talk about Octopath Traveler because that's going to be out in the summertime.
Square Enix probably,
But
Yeah.
they get some of those things in their directs and stuff like that from Nintendo's offerings. If they showed up with all of this, even compared to some of the other E3 previews we've done, this might win E3 for me.
Oh, literally just having Pokemon and Metroid Prime 4.
I was gonna
Those
say.
two, it's like, oh, what?
There are too many big names on that list.
Yeah.
And what's interesting about this one is it feels feasible.
It really does. It really does.
Because
Pokemon maybe like
we're in the right time window for them now where it's like this is the perfect time for them to hit us with all that. Even if some
Yeah.
of them are just barely anything, right? Like we already know Prime's coming out. We know Pokemon is coming out at some point. Animal Crossing we've got nothing on, but it's just expected.
It'll happen.
We know
Yeah,
Smash
it's gonna
Bros is
happen
coming
eventually.
out. Like there's a lot on here that's like I mean we know are they gonna hit us with it or not? So I don't know. To me, like Nintendo hasn't. It's been a long time since they've won an E3. And Nintendo's just not as like they
They
don't
won
go
it
for
last
the
year, in my opinion.
well, that's because last year was whatever. They don't have that epic scale that Microsoft and but you know what? Sony's copying them this year, so
they're doing something
They're
right.
doing something right.
good
dude.
games and on good hardware. I mean, that's look.
They had 2 of the 5 Game of the Years last year.
Yeah.
Game of the Year nominees.
And not just that, like those two games are like considered by many people
Perfect tens.
exactly some of
Yeah.
the best ever in the
Despite the
same
marriage.
year. Like,
Dude,
forget how I feel about it. That's incredible.
And that just shows you how if Nintendo actually executes this generation well, which they have so far,
Oh yeah,
it
so
just
far.
shows you how much of a hold Nintendo has on the cojones of the video game industry.
absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely.
dude,
10 years from now, we'll look back on it as like another golden age, and when
I hope it's
gonna do
another
that
Wii.
again.
I really do. I
Yeah.
really because the Wii had a lot of really good output from the company.
yeah.
So
I'm gonna go home and play Breath of the Wild tonight.
Oh, I should finish the expansion. I never did.
It's good.
So make sure you check out our other previews for the other press conferences. Make sure you check out Nintendo's press conference at E3.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good.
Be sure to check out our reactions to the Nintendo press conference as well as the others. It's going to be a wild ride. E3's coming.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost here.
It's gonna be good times.
Get hype.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Take care.
Later.
Deuces.
Like what you saw? Check out some of our other videos and be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with our latest content. Thanks for your support and thanks for watching.